Right, let's start into some benchmarks. Of course, we'll start off with 3D Mark Fire Strike like we normally do. As you can see, I have my decibel meter set off to the side so you can hear how the fans ramp up while it's under load. I'll put my microphone down over by it too so you can hear the fans as well. I have a hardware monitor running in the background, so we'll go over temperatures once it's done. Of course, results of 3D Mark, and like we always do, we will be overlaying our thermal pictures from our FLIR gun over the benchmark as it's running. All right, we got 3D Mark Fire Strike finished up here. You can see the score, 7,810. Graphics score of 10,203. That's very similar to a 980. Maybe just a little bit right off the mark, but you know, about a single 980 will get you right around that score. Physics score, 10,226. A combined score of 2,509. So let's pull up hardware monitor to here, see how our temps were. And let's zoom in a little bit here. So there we go. There's the CPU temps on each of the cores. So we're looking at lower to mid 90s, so 91, 92, 96. So a little bit higher than ideal. That's pretty much expected for something this thin though. You're going to get higher temperatures than something that's really, you know, a thick computer that has larger fans inside of it. For those temperatures, the fans were not very loud. Sometimes you get really, really loud fans, but I would say for this form factor, it's probably one of the quietest ones that I've heard. Let's take a look at the GPUs here. So we got one GTX 965 here, and we're seeing 72 Celsius there. Now let's get down to the other one. 69 Celsius right there. So the GPU temperatures look great. CPU could be a little bit lower, maybe a repaste IC diamond thermal compound, something we always recommend. Usually can bring down the temperatures by a few degrees at least. So let's run a couple more benchmarks and see how they look. Okay, 3D Mark Fire Skydiver is finished up here. As you can see, you probably noticed it on the last one too, the graphics card is not recognized. Again, they are two GTX 965Ms. We got a score of 12,519, graphics score of 13,124, physics score 9,456, and a combined score of 14,562. Let's pull up hardware monitor, see how we look here. Let's go up to the CPU. So we're seeing upper 80s, 88, 91, 92, 95. So kind of a mix in between there. Let's go back down to the GPU and see how they were doing. So here's one 965. We're looking at 65C. Almost went by the other one, saying 67C. So a little bit lower temperatures all the way around compared to Fire Strike. Still really good temperatures for the GPU. Ideally, we would like to see a little bit lower on that CPU there. So we'll run one more benchmark. It'll be 3D Mark 11 and go over and see how that one does. Okay, our last benchmark, 3D Mark 11 is all finished up here. So here's our scores, P 10,793. See a graphics score of 12,463. Physics score 7,687, combined score 7,718. So good numbers, you know, exactly where we want them to be. Let's take a look at hardware monitor here. See where the temperatures were. CPU just really exactly where we've been seeing them, 88, 91 to 95. Let's go down a little bit to the First GTX 965, and we're at 67 there. And let's scroll down to the next one here. 65 there. So low temperatures on the GPU, a little bit higher on the CPU. Kind of seems to be the trend for all the benchmarks that we took a look at.